Hi you guys, welcome back today to Crafty Chic Design. So today we're in a different space than you normally see me in. I am in my kitchen. This is where I do all my candle making and get all my candles together. So that is what we're doing today. We're making some candles. If you saw the last video before this one, I told you that I sold out a lot of the candles that I make. The black cherry and my date night were very popular, so I have to go in and do a restock on those candles to get that done for my next craft fair, which will be held on Black Friday. So that is November 29th. Today is November 15th. So that gives enough time for them to set. I like to let the candles set for at least 2 weeks. I mean, that just gives enough time for the scent and everything. And not necessarily mean that people are going to burn them as soon as they get home, but if they choose to, at least they've been sitting for 2 weeks and everything has bind together with the fragrance and the wax. So that is what we're working on today. Also, I mentioned in my last video I wanted to share some exciting news. And before I share that news, I wanted to make sure, but tomorrow on the 16th, I will be hosting and teaching a candle class. Yay! So I'm very excited about that. A lot of the women at my church were interested in learning more about candles and, how do you make candles. So I have, been asked to teach a candle class. That is a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. I definitely will vlog about that in this video. So this is going to be kind of like, an extension from today on until Saturday, and we'll go through the workshop and just see how everything turns out. So I'm very excited about that, getting that done and teaching these women how to make candles. And excuse me, I'm not gonna get too crazy, but I am taking along like, I don't know, like 20, 25 different scents with me, because I get a lot of my scents from candle making supply, and they give you like small 1 ounce bottles so that you can kind of like have a sample. And some of the sample bottles that I got I've never used and probably won't use, so I didn't want these candle fragrance just sitting around forever. So this is a great way for me to actually get rid of some of these scents. Of course, I'm not taking my signature scents with me, which is my black cherry, my date night, and also I need to make some more for my Saturday morning cartoon. That has become very popular as well. Very surprised at how popular that was. Also, my 10 ounce candles. I still have my coffee. That's popular, but I have more of those. So I don't need to make any more of those. Also, I have my Cozy Nights, which is a dupe of the other one. That sold out, so I need to make more of those. So there will be a lot of candle making coming up before my next market, because I guess it's that season. People like to burn candles in the fall, so I gotta make sure I'm stocked. Also, what I want to do is I wanted to introduce a new line of candles, which, if you've seen some of my previous videos, I'm really into books and really everything bookish. So I want to come up with a line of book themed candles. So I was on like looking and searching for like a leather smell, and I kind of got some from the other companies that I normally order from. Wasn't too crazy about the scent. So I went on Candle Science. If you're a candle maker, you all know about Candle Science. So I picked up these two scents from Candle Science. The first one is Leather and Labdamon. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Let's see if it'll focus on that. So I picked that up, and let's see here. Oh, that smells really good. That does smell like a nice leather, like, kind of not a worn out leather, but I don't know how to describe it. It's just a nice leather scent. And then this one here is called Library. So you can see that one. And now that smells good. It smells like textbooks, like a nice textbooks. So those two scents are gonna be a part of the signature line that I will have for my book theme candles. I'm coming up with some fun, cute, catchy names for these candles. So that is something that I will be introducing along with introducing my book theme candles. I also want to introduce room diffusers and room sprays. That's another thing that I want to introduce into the business. So a lot of things that I'm doing right now, I'm probably not gonna do as much, but we'll see after the Craft Bash season is over to see what I'll be taking away from the business and what I'll be introduced into the business, but we'll get more into that. Also, the car diffusers are doing very well as well, so I definitely need to make more of those. So we got a lot to do. I have my wax going already, so let's get that going and let's get these candles cracking. As you can see, I got the wax over here melting. I don't know if you can see that pot, but the wax is melting right there. So make sure that doesn't stick. I'm gonna stir the pot as they say. Get that wax is turning into a big old slab, so we don't want to do that. We want to make sure it's nice and melted and all broken up. Because we got, let's see, I'm making 6 of the black cherry, and then I'm making 6 of the date night. I'm quite sure I probably will need more than that, but that's where we want to start. And also the wax that I use is the Freedom Soy wax. I've tried other wax that seemed to me has been the best choice for the waxes that I want to use. I've had no issues with that wax. I've tried it with wood wicks. I've tried it with just other jars. Seems to be the best choice that I've made for myself for using wax. So I'm very happy with this wax. I don't think I'll be changing it. I hope the formula hasn't changed. I see that they've started selling this wax in Hobby Lobby. I don't know what that means. I hope it doesn't cheapen the value of the wax, or so I'm not really sure what all that means, but I really do enjoy using this wax, so hopefully it stays the same and stays good. So I'm going to let that melt and I will be back when I'm ready to start pouring the candles. Okay you guys, now I have all the wax poured. I am mixing the fragrance together. This is for the date night candle. So I'm getting that all mixed together. It is recommended for this wax for it to heat up to like 160. And you can pour the fragrance in right away. But you want to stir at least for 1 to 2 minutes, so that you can get the wax to bind nice and easily. I like to use a 10% fragrance load for my candles, because I like for them to be really strong and everything, to make sure that it is mixed really well. The temperature, and no, I don't use a heat gun. I just use a straight up regular old meat thermometer. Hasn't failed me yet, so that is what I like to use for my wax. I like to let it cool down before I pour it into the vessels. And I decided to use hot glue to stick my wicks in, because for some reason the stickums were not working. So the temperature here is still at like 135, which I'm not going to pour that yet. So I'm going to set this aside, let that cool down a bit before I pour that one. And this one I'm going to work on the black cherry. So I'm gonna get the fragrance now with my black cherry. I do mix color. That is really the only candle that I have that I mix and put color in. I tried with some of the other candles, like there was another fragrance that I was working on, and I kind of wanted it to be black because it was like a black mystique is what I called it, but I didn't like how it was coming out. It looked gray. I just couldn't, for some reason, I just couldn't get the colors to match and come out correctly the way that I wanted. So I decided that I was not going to do color. Now the next set of candles that I will do with color is I'm coming out with a Christmas color. So I do want to do color with that one. So I think that might come out okay. Now, I use this red, and of course I put gloves on because it's very concentrated, and I don't like to get red dye all over everything. So once I'm done mixing the dye in there, I'm going to discard these gloves. And I do a couple drops because it's, like I said, this red is very concentrated, so you don't need a lot of it. And then I decided to use like the amber jars with this. I think the reason why a lot of people don't like to use color with their candles, especially if you're using soy wax, because you do get a lot of, or you don't get a lot of, you could get what's called frosting. And that happens sometimes when you use color in your soy wax, which is okay. It doesn't, it doesn't harm it or do anything to it, but you can get that sometimes, so. But that's okay. I don't think that's a big deal. I think sometimes people who make candles or are just starting out to make candles tend to freak out a little bit more about some of the things that are normal in candle making. I mean, if you do your research, you can find out what, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense in your candle making. So, I mean, there's terms and stuff that you learn about when you're making candles. Before I decided to make a candle and sell a candle, I did I did it for like over a year. And my husband was actually the one that encouraged me to make candles because he loved that black cherry scent and he was trying to find one that he had used before and he could never find the company. There was a company that made it, but after a while, it just did not smell like the black cherry that he was seeking. So I had a candle kit, and I decided to go back to it and was like, let's see. So I found a company, which is where I get all of my scents from. Let me show you here. So move it out of the way. So this is the company that I use. This is where I get all my scents from. And I'll share it down below, but since I'm trying to hide anything here, I don't mind sharing. So that's where I got that scent from, and he loved it. He's like, oh wow, this is just like the black cherry that I'm used to. And I was like, oh, okay, great. I'm glad you like it. And I decided, maybe I'll take it to work. And so he encouraged me. He's like, oh, take them to work. I'm sure, people will love it. I'm like, we'll see. So I ended up taking the candles to work. And lo and behold, people did love them. I took maybe 2 to let people smell. And I ended up getting an order for a dozen, which I was very happy with. I was shocked, but very happy. And I started to, actually this year was the first time I ever took candles to any of the craft fairs that I was doing, because last year I did not do candles. So it's been a little under a year, actually, that I started doing candles. And I will say, I'm very happy about that. So, let's see where we are at with this one, if it's cooled down a bit. And let's check the temperature of here. I always wipe my little temperature thing in between testing. I don't think it makes a difference because it's not gonna, I mean, the fragrance is not really on here. So, test that. I don't know if you can hear that crackling in the back, but I do have one of my coffee candles going. And it smells amazing. And I use a wood wick for that because it's like the fall. So I wanted to give that sound of like crackling, like a crackling fireplace. So that's why I use the wood wicks, and those are 10-ounce candles that I did. So we're still at 133 for the temperature. I mean, it says cool at to like 115, 120. So I usually let it cool down to that temperature before I actually pour the candles. So, like I said, see how I get all that? This is what happens when you're messing with candle color. So I'm going to discard these gloves and get some newer gloves. Okay. I mean, I have poured my wax when it was still a little bit warm. I don't know that it made a difference, so let's just get the pouring here. And this is the date night. Like some of the names that I've come up with candles, don't act. Oh, I've used like AI to help me come up with some names. I find AI can be helpful in that way. They help come up with some of these names for these candles. Also, again, I probably will not be making wax melts anymore. They're not as popular as I was hoping they would be. So okay guys, so I have all the candles poured. I did have a little bit too much wax left over, so I end up pouring some wax melts here. So I don't know if you can see those, but I did end up having to pour some wax melts for the candles. But I have all 6 of the candles poured. Smells pretty good in here, as always. So yeah, I am done with pouring those candles for right now. Like I said, I will work on some other ones. And sorry, my camera keeps cutting off here. But I will record the candle workshop for tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. I will probably make that a part of this video since, like I said, we've got a lot of nonsense going on here. But also, these are my wick holders, so I do use these to hold the wick in place, you know, while we're waiting for the candles to solidify. Yeah, that's how you pronounce that word. I always have a hard time pronouncing that. So I'm gonna put the wick setters on there. We're gonna let them set. I did have to turn the heat up in my space. I usually don't have heat turned on here in this space. So I'm just going to set that in here and let those set. And we will come back and we will trim the wicks. So all that we need to do for the candles to set. So again, I will be back, and next time you see me, we will be setting up for our candle workshop. So I will see you guys soon. All right, bye. Alrighty guys, good morning. Today is November 16th and it is the day of the candle class. So you see this stuff here. This is everything that I'm taking with. The box down here is all the kits for the classes. And then I decided to use this here for the wax melter. And I have about, I don't know, 20 or so different fragrances in here. So I'm quite sure someone will find something in there that they like. So I'm going to get my car packed up. It's not very far. It's at my church, which is about maybe 10 minutes from my house. The class starts at 9. I'm sorry, starts at 10. So I want to get there at least by 9. That's set up, make sure, you know, the room is nice and warm for everyone. And so we're going to get going. So this is the outfit choice for today. Just orange shirt, kind of stay in the fall mood. And this is what my candles from yesterday are looking like. So I'm going to cut the wicks later today. Probably blast it with a heat gun to smooth the tops out a little bit more. But that's where we're at. I'm going to get my car loaded up and I'll probably take some pictures and a little bit of video. And then I'm not going to probably do too many videos. We'll see. You'll see how the ladies feel about it. But anyway, I'm going to get the car packed up and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye. Alright everybody, so we're all set up. It is currently 9:35, so I got everything set up pretty early. Take you for a tour around the room and let you see how the setup is for the table. And I will just wait for the ladies to show up. So this is the setup. This is everybody's tray. So I think I pretty much got everything on the tray. I didn't miss one of these here, but what happens? So this is the tray. This is the lineup of all the fragrance that they get to choose from. I think I have enough. I mean, I have 12 people coming, so I have enough fragrance for everyone to choose from. And an instruction sheet. And let's go over here. This is where we have the wax melter set up. I haven't turned it on quite yet. Got all the wax in there ready to go. Here, and then we got a couple of snacks over here for the ladies. So we got a few little snacks over here. Some water. So got everything we need. So we're just waiting for everyone to show up. All right, I'll check back in later.
One without a spoon.
I like the one who stirred theirs.
That's strawberry.
That's nice.
Smell in there.
Yeah, I mean, she stirred for 45 minutes, so yeah, it should be good.
Apple? Who's this one?
Cider or something.
No, I don't.
No,
I know
this
mine
one
didn't have a
candy.
spoon in it,
Couple
but I don't know
tiny-
which one.
It smells pretty, just
I
the
think
same.
this is.
Don't know. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's rose.
No, that,
I'm gonna buy the roll.
I think so.
Okay.
We
Smell
heard
that?
that.
Yeah, it's pretty too.
Oh, no, I didn't smell this.
Maria.
It should-
Yeah,
it should
trust
rose.
one. I think this one is yours, right? I believe.
Alrighty, so it is now 1:23. The candle class was over with at 12. Of course, I had to do some cleaning up and everything like that. Came home, ate a quick lunch because I didn't eat anything this morning before I went to the class. I think I was a little nervous, wanted to see how everything go, but it went well. The ladies had a great time. I had about 12 people who participated. It was more than I thought, but it's okay. Yeah, I think I had enough supplies for everyone. We had a really good time. The ladies asked a lot of great questions. They blended their fragrance oil. We had plenty of fragrance oil for everyone to choose from. So I think all in all, it was just a great time, great experience. I was a little nervous at first, wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but I just had a wonderful time teaching these ladies, and you know, everyone making the candle for the first time, and they had a lot of great questions, and so it was a really good experience. I will share a couple of pictures here of the group, but all in all, it was a great experience for me and for the women who showed up. We were thinking about maybe doing another one, probably not this year, maybe sometime in the fall or something, or I'm sorry, not the fall, but maybe sometime next year. We'll see. There was a lady there who was maybe wanting me to do something like this event at her job, which it would be like 40 some people. I told her I'll let her know. It's quite a challenge of taking on 40 people, but we'll see, you know, maybe I can do it. But all in all, like I said, I had a great time. It was a great experience, and I look forward to doing more of these. You know, maybe I truly am a candle maker. You know, this is definitely something for me to think about and regroup and my small business, and let's see where we go from there. And again, I had a great time. I will share all the information, like where I got some of the supplies and everything from. You know, not a gatekeeper here, don't mind sharing. Again, thank you guys so much for watching my YouTube channel, my videos. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.